Hello everyone, welcome to my channel again. It's time for another road trip, an epic one. So I'm driving to Berlin today, but the road trip is in Denmark and Sweden again. So today I will drive to Berlin, spend a few days there, and then I head to Rostock. From there we go to Denmark, and then from there we go to Sweden and do a round trip in Sweden. The whole trip is going to be about 5,000 or 6,000 kilometers. Yeah, so today is August 8th, and yeah, this trip is going to be for 3 weeks. Yeah, so right now the time is 10:16 in the morning, and yeah, I'm just still in the Munich city. Yeah, so hopefully there will not be too much traffic. I started a bit late just to avoid the rush hour traffic, but this route from Munich to Berlin is always always unpredictable, so I don't know how long it will take. Yeah, so ideally it should take 6 to 7 hours. Yes, but we'll see what happens. I've been driving for 50 minutes. I covered only 50 kilometers. The traffic is quite bad, so yeah. So I decided to actually stop because it's almost my lunchtime. I decided to stop at this supercharger called Schweitenkirchen, and it is just 15 kilometers from here. I am charged to 93%. The next supercharger is going to be this one called Munchberg, I think. Yeah, Munchberg. And yeah, I have enough charge. It's saying that it's gonna arrive with 28%, so yeah, lots of charge. So I get going. I am still driving towards the Munchberg supercharger. There is some update, interesting. Well, I don't know if it's interesting. So there are 20 superchargers in that location, and 18 of them are out of order. The car is saying they're out of order, and it's trying every once in a while to reroute me to the supercharger, but I guess it's not possible, because I will arrive according to the car to that supercharger with 15% state of charge, and the next supercharger from Munchberg is quite far, so it doesn't really know what to do right now. But I have not seen anything like that before, like 18 superchargers are out of order, so don't really know what's going on. Anyway, so 2 stalls are still available, and when I arrive there, I'll see if those 2 stalls are busy, or one of them is busy, and if it's a V2, then I will just use something else. Like, there should be also ENBW chargers there. I am at the Munchberg supercharger. Yeah, I arrived here with 15%, and yeah, so I need to charge a lot at this place, which is not a bad thing because I'm a little bit tired. So since the last supercharger, let me just show you the stats, then see how much we drove. Since the last supercharger, I drove 223 kilometers, 151 watt hours per kilometer, and it was 2 hours 2 minutes. Yeah, a relatively long stretch. And since Munich, it's 286 kilometers. 152 watt-hours per kilometer is the consumption, so quite efficient. Yes, so I need to charge here for about, let's say, 40 minutes or so, or I don't know, half an hour could be also okay. We'll see. I will go there to freshen up a bit, maybe have some snacks. So this supercharger, what I was saying, 18 of them are out of order. It's actually saying, I don't know if you can pick it up. Okay, it's too much zooming. So it's saying 1B is out of order, and when I was driving I read this as 18, so I read the B as 8. That's not really the case. So alright, I'm back in the car 15 minutes later, and the car has charged up to 74%. So the car is telling me to go to this one Belitz. I've been there before, but the problem is that this is 269 kilometers away and 2 hours 30 minutes of drive. I don't want to drive 269 kilometers. I want to take it easy. It's too far for one stretch. So I will try to figure out where else I can stop. Maybe somewhere here in one of these things. I don't know if it will be a Tesla supercharger. I could just stop at a Rostov. So it depends. I will keep an eye on the state of charge and just spontaneously decide. Yeah, so I will start driving now. Alright, I decided to stop at a supercharger called Niesky supercharger. It's 140 kilometers from the previous supercharger, from the Munich supercharger. So I will arrive with 39% state of charge. I am at the Niesky supercharger. There are some IoT chargers just on the other side. So it's a small supercharging location, and it's V2s and it's quite busy. So I'm sharing, but that means I'm getting the speed is not so good, 63 kilos. But I don't really care. I just stopped here because I need a break. I am back in the car after my break. I have enough charge to reach the next supercharger, which is called, okay, how is it called? Blackenfelde. Yeah, Blackenfelde Malo. And it is 175 kilometers away from this location. 1 hour 41 minutes of drive. So let's go. I'm almost at the supercharger, at the Blackenfelde supercharger, but I am I'm stuck in traffic jam, as you can see. Yeah. So yeah, long drive. It's 5:40, so this is the time I was supposed to arrive at my hotel. But I had to stop for another break. Yeah, I'm quite exhausted with all this traffic and the drive and everything. So I was taking a break, and it was, I think, for 20 to 30 minutes. Didn't charge. But anyway, so I'm 11 kilometers from the supercharger, and the navigation system says it's gonna take 22 minutes. Alright, I arrived at this supercharger, Blakenfelde Malov. Yeah, I arrived here with 14%, still at 14%, just plugged in. It is a little bit far from the highway actually. It is in the parking lot of a hotel. Yeah, and you also have Fastnet chargers there. I don't know if you can pick it up. It's too sunny. Yeah, Fastnet chargers just there. Yeah, so the car is saying that I need to charge for 10 minutes. But my hotel is 37 kilometers from here. I'll charge a little bit more so that I have enough charge for tomorrow. Yeah, maybe half an hour I charge here. I'm charged to 67%, that's more than enough charge. And when I arrive at the hotel, I'll have 53%. Yep, so it's time to go. Alright, I am in Berlin. I had to take care of some other stuff, so I'm late. It's 9 in the evening. I arrived here at 6:30 p.m. So 1 hour late, later than what it was saying, what the car was saying. But that's fine because I took 2 extra breaks. Yeah, so the stats, since the last charger it was 39 kilometers, but the more interesting thing is this total one. The total distance was 638 kilometers and the consumption is 154 watt hours per kilometer. Yeah, 99 kilowatt hour. Yeah, so I will stay in Berlin for a few days and then we drive to Rostock. Hello everyone, I arrived at my accommodation in Denmark. I am at this place, okay, let me see if I can pronounce it. It's called Tisvildeleje or something like that, Vildeleje or whatever. So it's somewhere in the northwestern side of Denmark. As you can see, Copenhagen is here and here. So what happened is that I started from, as I mentioned, I started from Berlin yesterday, and yesterday I arrived at Rostock, arrived in Rostock, slept there. And today morning we actually walked around in Rostock, and then at 1:30 we took a ferry to this place called Getze, and then from there I drove here. I arrived here at 6:30, now it's 8:30. Yeah, so it was quite a long drive, I think around 300 kilometers. Yeah, but 2 hours in the ferry, so yeah. And yesterday up to Rostock it was 400 something kilometers or whatever from Berlin. Yeah, so it's been quite a lot of driving, and I'm not traveling alone this time, so it's hard to find time actually to film and stuff like that. But anyway, so I arrived here with 63%, yes, and the trip stats so far, I have driven 1,208 kilometers and the consumption is 152 watt hours per kilometer. Yes, and what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna stay in this area for 2 or 3 days, and then we explore this area. We are close to a beach, yeah, and we try to enjoy this area, and then we go to Copenhagen to explore Copenhagen a little bit in a few days, and then cross into Sweden, and from there we drove in these areas. We drive in these areas and stay in some places. Yeah, so that's the plan. And we'll see you in the next parts of our trip. Good morning everyone. It is the third morning in Denmark and we are already leaving. Today we are driving to Sweden and we are driving close to Varberg. If you remember, last year I was there. So this is Varberg and our huts are there, the cabins are there. And right now it is 8:42 in the morning. It is raining today. It's gonna rain the whole day. So for a change it's good because the temperatures were crazy. It's always 30 plus, even in Norway. Sorry, even in Denmark. I'm confused where I am. So yeah, as I was saying, I am at 58% state of charge. We're gonna arrive in 2 hours 13 minutes, 128 kilometers of drive. We'll arrive with 18% at the first supercharger. We have to charge actually, and we have to take a ferry. It's just like 20 minutes ferry, but so we will cross to Helsingborg and from there we drive north. Yeah, that's the plan today. Go to Sweden. Good morning everyone. It is the second day in Sweden. Yeah, we arrived in Sweden yesterday. We are somewhere in the southwestern part of Sweden. We're in a cabin in a very rural area. It's like a country house or something like that. Yes, so the car is here. We are about 80 kilometers away from Gothenburg, and today it's gonna rain on and off, so we decided to go to the city and do some indoor activities and stuff like that. So it's gonna take us 1 hour approximately to drive there. So far in the trip meter we have 1,529 kilometers. 150 is the consumption, so incredible. Yeah, so yeah, not much to say. We're gonna just walk around, see the city. If you remember last year I did not really go to the Gothenburg main city to explore, so today is the day. Right now we are actually in the city of Varberg. We were living somewhere close to Varberg, like 5 kilometers away from Varberg, and that is in the southwestern coast of Sweden. Here, as you can see. Let's load up the map first. Okay. The internet is so slow. Yeah, so this is Gothenburg and we were here, and this is Varberg. Yeah, as you can see, I was here last year, if you remember, if you watched my videos from the last year. And now we're gonna drive to Stockholm. Yes, here. So the drive is gonna take, I think in total, like 7 hours. It might even be 8 hours, including all our breaks and everything. We're taking it easy, not driving very fast, also taking enough breaks and stuff like that. So this says 2 superchargers, but I think we will stop more, and even at non-supercharging locations, just to make sure we have enough brake and time to eat and stuff like that. All right, so from Varberg to Stockholm. Yeah, beautiful area here. Alright, we stopped at this supercharger and we are now almost charged up. Let me check the name of this supercharger where we are. It's called Ulricehamn or something in that line. The next one is in Norrköping, and it is 219 kilometers from here, relatively long stretch. But this time I will not drive. This is the first time in this trip I'm not driving. So let's see how that goes, and we will arrive with 22%. Yeah, been charging. We charged up to 86%. We're gonna leave right now.
So high, I'm hypnotized.
Alright, we arrived in Stockholm. Yes, so we arrived like 15 minutes ago. Long drive today. We started at 10:30 and now it's 8 p.m. We charged 3 times, not really planned, but we just stopped whenever we needed to stop to take a break and stuff like that. And the last one we took, we stopped, was a supercharger. It was 87 kilometers, and another time we stopped at an Ionity charger, and the first one was a supercharger. Anyway, so so far we have driven 4,047 kilometers. We gonna stay in Stockholm for I think 3 or 4 days. I don't exactly remember all the plans right now. This is Stockholm, as you can see. We're just a little bit outside the city. It's a location where you have some cabins like this. So we're staying in cabins mostly, and then we explore this area, these areas, and do some outdoor activities, and then a few days later we go south, actually, to somewhere close to Germany, to Ystad actually. Hello everyone, I am starting the final leg of this trip in Sweden. The actual final leg of this trip will be in Germany, but in Sweden we are now traveling from Stockholm to Ystad. Just a little bit outside Ystad, not exactly the city Ystad, but it's a long drive today. It's about 650 kilometers, and the car is at only 40% state of charge. So it says we should charge 3 times, but what I will do is that I will not stop at this supercharger where we stopped last time on the way to Stockholm, but I will stop at an Ionity charger here, somewhere here. If I remember correctly, yes, it's somewhere here. Let's see if we can find it actually. No, okay, it's not in the Tesla navigation system, but anyway, so we will stop there and then drive. Yeah, so as I said, the whole drive is about 650 kilometers. It's supposed to take, including charging, 7.5 hours, but we are taking it quite easy, so might even take 9 hours for us, including lunch and break and doing some shopping and stuff like that. The time right now is 7:37. We will start in half an hour maybe, or something like that. The temperature went down these days. Now the outside temperature is 12 degrees Celsius. It's end of August, last week of August. Yeah, so off we go then.
What's up is down, what's left is right. chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
We are charging. We are at the third charging stop today, and right now we are in Jönköping, and we need to charge for 10 more minutes. And so far we drove, I think, 330 kilometers. I'm not really keeping a separate trip meter for today's trip. It's total trip meters for the whole journey. Let's see. It is 2,832 kilometers in the whole trip, as you can see here. Yeah, and the total consumption is 150 watt hours per kilometer. Yeah, today we have to drive about 300 kilometers more. We've been so I have not been driving the whole thing. It's quite exhausting. The whole trip was 600 kilometers or something. So this is an interesting supercharging location. I haven't seen it last year. So it's V2, lots of superchargers, as you can see. Okay, just fix this thing. Yeah, lots of superchargers, quite new, as you can see. Yeah, big space, some parking lots, IKEA, some other shops, and a McDonald's. Yeah, Jönköping, and from there we drive south right now. Yeah, we've been driving since 8:30 in the morning, and right now it's 1:30. Alright, so see you on the road. Hello everyone, I am in south of Sweden. Yesterday we arrived at 6 o'clock in the evening, actually. So we drove from Stockholm yesterday to this place. It's called Luderup. Not exactly sure how to pronounce it correctly, as usual. But yeah, so this place is close to Ystad. So yesterday we arrived and it was a little bit hectic for me to film, so I didn't really film. We arrived with 35%. We charged, I think, 4 times more than it was necessary. We just needed to take breaks and lunch and coffee and stuff like that. Yeah, so there is a new supercharger somewhere nearby, so that's in the city of Ystad. I just topped up here. I went for coffee. That was nice. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to Ystad again, walk around in the city, and then also explore Lund and Malmö and those places. And yeah, the other things that we would do is we would explore these beaches. There are some small towns and some nice beaches. We'll just spend the day tomorrow in those places, and then the day after tomorrow we head back to Germany. That is the plan. Hello everyone, welcome back, welcome from Sweden. So I'm still in the countryside, as you can see. The horses here. It's just a farm near our accommodation. Yes, let me just turn the camera. All right. Yeah, so today we are gonna start our drive back to Germany. We're gonna take the Ystad route. So we will take a ferry. The ferry is about 20 minutes drive from where we are, and then the ferry takes 2 hours and a half. I just woke up, so I cannot really speak properly. Anyway, bear with me. Then we drive to Berlin. I have to leave one of the friends in Berlin, and then we arrive in Berlin at 5 p.m. approximately, and from there I drive to Niesky. Have to do some stuff there, and then from Niesky I drive to Dresden, and I spend the night in Dresden. I will probably reach in Dresden at 10 p.m. in the night, so it's gonna be a long day. Right now it's 9 in the morning, so yeah, long drive today. About 2.5 hours on the ferry, lots of charging. I will try to prioritize charging on Ionity, even though the network is not so good in the northeastern part. I think there is one Ionity charger, so I'll see if I can reach that Ionity charger. It's close to a supercharger, but it's just beside the highway, but so it's a little bit in a better location than the Tesla supercharger, because you have to drive like some kilometers to get to the supercharger. So I try to go to the Ionity charger. Let's see if we have enough charge. Let me just show you inside the car. Yes, so let's see if I can. Okay, so this is where we are. It's not so far from Ystad. Then from Ystad, what I was saying. So far we have driven in this trip 3,635 kilometers. I guess the remaining would be a little bit more than 1,000 kilometers. Yeah, something similar to last year. Yeah, so this time Denmark was an extra country. Yeah, we spent a lot of time in the cities, urban areas this time rather than in the countryside. Yeah, I didn't manage to film too much, but yeah, we were busy exploring things and stuff. Anyway, so we are at 68% state of charge. I cannot really use the Tesla navigation system. Let's see if we navigate to Niesky, what happens. It will probably route me through Denmark. This is what it was doing yesterday. So let's say if we navigate to Niesky. Yep, slow. And the problem is that it cannot figure out this ferry route. Yeah, now it's rerouting through Denmark. So yeah, this is the problem. So when it's first navigating through the ferry, it's saying, hey, you're running out of charge until you reach this next supercharger. So it just yeah, navigates through Denmark, which is not the most effective route for me today. So I get going. We have to take the ferry in an hour or so. Hello everyone, just thought I'd give an update. Just have a look what's happening. It's raining cats and dogs. Yeah. So the weather hasn't been very good. I am still driving, not at my hotel Dresden yet. It is almost midnight. Yeah. Hello everyone, I am in Dresden. I finally arrived in Dresden yesterday at around midnight. Yeah, luckily there was someone in the hotel and I could still check in. So today the plan is to go back to Munich, and the drive is supposed to be about 5 hours to 6 hours. Let's see. Today is a Sunday, so I'm expecting not so much traffic, and the time right now is 8, so I'm starting early. So yeah, wanna get back to Munich as soon as possible. Okay, so this thing is strange. The Tesla navigation system, the route that it is showing is strange. It's telling me to charge 2 times, but it's asking me to take a detour, which I will not take. So I will go to this place called Sassnitz, and there should be another ENBW charger. So that would be about 30 kilometers, and I will have breakfast and coffee and stuff like that. Hello again. I stopped at Rasthof near Sassnitz. It's not the same Rasthof that, it's not the same charger that I was thinking about, but a little bit earlier than that. And yeah, I charged up to 55%. The next charger is an Ionity charger which is 150 kilometers away, and I need to charge just like 5% is more, just to make sure I have about 20% of arrival state of charge. Yeah, so let's get going.
Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight.
Alright, I am at the Munich supercharger. I stopped here because the Ionity charger has Ladestau, the Ionity where I wanted to stop, and I decided to stop here. Yeah, so Ionity chargers are great with the prices, but Ladestau is not great. So I'm charged to 61%. I came here with 23%. I have actually enough charge. The next one is another Ionity charger I will attempt to stop at, and it's close to Ingolstadt. It is 181 kilometers. I'm supposed to be there with 18%. I charge a little bit more just to have some buffer, safety buffer. Yeah, so we drive towards Ingolstadt.
Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
Alright, I am at Ionity charger at Köschinge First West. I actually charged up. I arrived here with 20% and I charged up to 80%. 3 out of the 6 Ionity chargers were out of order. So I had to wait for a bit, like 5 minutes, and then it was too chaotic. So I didn't record, didn't film. I went there for my lunch, had lunch, came back. Yep, so let me show you. Yes, as you can see, there are 6 of them and 3 of them are broken. So the displays are off, switched off. I guess someone has to restart those things. I don't know, it's too hot out probably. Yeah, so it would be nice if Ionity could get their acts together in this holiday season, and chargers would be much reliable. Yeah, anyway, so I drive back to Munich. Let's see how long would be the drive. Yeah, 90 kilometers about. Off we go. Alright, back to Munich. Yes, I arrived with a 58%. Yeah, and since the last Ionity charger I drove 92 kilometers. The consumption is quite low, lots of traffic. 137 watt hours per kilometer is the consumption. Total, yes, as you can see, 4,772 kilometers. I consumed 700 kilowatt hour, or 699 kilowatt hour I should say, to be exact, and the total consumption is 146 watt hours per kilometer. That is extremely low in my opinion. Yeah, what else? In this trip I reached the 40,000 kilometers for the lifetime of the car, so it's 41,922 kilometers I drove in this car. Yeah, so lots of driving in this trip. Actually, last year I drove 5,000 kilometers, but this year it felt like I drove more for some reason. Yeah, not so sure why, but I couldn't really feel much this time, as you saw. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the trip, and see you in the next one.